Hey guys, it's Kelly. This is page 4 of my mixed media art journal. It's the second series I'm doing. I called it Little Things because that cool stamp in there. I didn't get all of the video, but I wanted to share some boo-boos and just some fun stuff with you. That right there is my first go at this. Made a mistake. I got the new Tim Holtz. It's not new. It's probably over a year old, but the Tim Holtz stamping platform. And I didn't have it on the right side. I had it on like rubber stamp instead of clear stamp. So I didn't stamp right. And then I tried to fix it. And the more I fussed with it, the worse it got. So no big deal. It happens to everybody. I like to leave those little, boo-boos or operator error things in there just so you know that you're not alone, because I know it happens to a lot of us. And then you're like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? Well, we're human. We're just playing. And sometimes we don't get the result that we want. But I did like the background. I did like playing with my new Distress Oxide inks. And I thought, I'm just going to turn it over and I'm going to start over. So some of the colors that I used was Twisted Citron, and then I used Salty Ocean. That Salty Ocean I love it. It's so true to blue, but it can be a little overpowering. So sometimes Broken China might work out a little bit better for more muted blue. But I do love the Salty Ocean. It's gorgeous. And then I used Cracked Pistachio, and then I used Abandoned Coral. Abandoned Coral was a new color to me. I didn't have that in the Distress Inks, the original Distress Inks. That was a new color to me, and I really love it. It's so pretty. So again, I do have all my blending tools out there, but again, I'm not worried about it being blended so much because I know I'm going to spray it with some water, and I'm going to let the colors move around a little bit. I wasn't sure where I was going with it, but I knew I was going to add some water and let the ink kind of react. So I bought a small water bottle from the dollar store. Regret it. I'm just going to stick with my mini misters. They mist like you need sometimes, and I really wanted misting. So again, I wasn't crazy about it, but no big deal. If the colors move to where you don't want them, because I had that blue really move down into my Twisted Citron a little bit more than I would like. No big deal. Dry it and add more ink, and it winds up fixing it. So I got a new stamp set from Stampers Anonymous, and it's a stamps and stencil set. I hadn't had any of those, and I think I got it on sale at stamping.com, stampers.com, or no, scrapbook.com. They had really good deals right for the holidays. I was excited, so I did stock up on a few things, but I really like that stamp set. I haven't used the stamp yet, but I love the stencil. It's small. It's easy to work with. The scale is right, and I'm really liking that. But again, I'm just playing with the colors and mixing them around because I know I'm going to add some other stuff. Again, it doesn't have to be perfectly blended. I just want interest in the background. And I love that glass mat, by the way. This is the second video I'm doing with the glass mat. I don't know how I lived without it. I still do love the nonstick craft sheets. I just did a napkin with some fabric sifter and loved it for that. It's perfect for that. I don't think I would have liked to do it on the glass mat, but I still love them, but I don't know how I survived without this glass mat for so long. But there is my stencil. And again, I'm new to the Distress Oxide inks. If you play with Distress, they're kind of the same. They're just more opaque. So it does take some getting used to how they're going to show up. And I'm loving them. Everything Tim Holtz. The man can't do anything wrong in my book. I tell you, I absolutely love everything he does. But what I wanted to do was add that honeycomb section of it. So I just inked up my ink pad or inked up my tool and just kind of pushed and twisted and pushed and twisted. And when I took a peek of it, I was like, I want subtle, but not that subtle. So I pulled out my wild honey. Love that. And once I added the wild honey on there, I offset the stencil a little bit, hoping to get a different reaction. But those colors are so close to each other, it was really not even noticeable. So more to come on that. I'm going to start offsetting my stamps with different colors and seeing how that's going to look and playing with that a little bit. But again, just got the ink blending tool and just pouncing and twisting a little bit just to get through that stencil. And it's perfect. The subtleness that I wanted, it's still just the interest in the background, just more for your eye to kind of wander around and look at. And then off camera, I did some stamping Apparently I ran out of memory on my phone. So trying a new recording option here and struggling through some of it, but I just wanted to share it with you anyway so you could see what I did, and hopefully you guys could get inspired to create something beautiful. Again, everything we do doesn't have to be an end-all be-all masterpiece. Just make it. Go with your mistakes. Play with them. But there's a really quick picture of the end result between the two videos, and what you missed is just some simple stamping. I had the swirly stamps in my stash forever. I think it's an Inkadinka-Doo stamp. And then I had some text stamping, and I just used Rusty Hinge for the wording because it matches those butterflies nicely. And then I used just a archival blue, cobalt blue, for the swirlies. And I knew I was going to use my white gel pen on there and just add some accents. So my video got, I don't know, got twisted. So I apologize, guys. I'm a little off screen here. I wound up realizing it and bringing it in a little bit closer. But you're just missing stamping. That's really it. And I'm using the Tim Holtz stamp thing. I'm really liking it now that I avoided the boo-boos, and pay attention before you stamp something down. But I wound up just using the black archival for the sentiment. It's the little things that make life big. And that's from a Tim Holtz, I think it's a Stampers Anonymous. Yeah. That one is called Nature's Elements. It's really cute. It's got butterflies and stuff, but I wound up using the butterflies. I fussy cut them from a paper stack called Mariposa. And they're so cute. It's one of my favorite, all-time favorite paper packs that we've had. It was great for an album I made for my mom. But yeah, and then I wound up just putting, I got this new Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. I'm absolutely in love with it. It's got a really fine tip, and I glued the butterflies down with that. And then white jelly roll penned it, and just inked it on the outside with black soot just to bring your eye in. Because you can't see that right now, but that definitely, I do that on all my projects. But I just dried it up a little bit and then glued them down and called it done after I inked the edges with Vintage Photo. So, and it wound up looking really nice. It's super simple. There's nothing too complicated. It's got just enough interest in the background. It wasn't too busy. So I hope you guys like it. There's a few still pictures for you. Hope you got inspired. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I love reading all your comments. So more pages to come, guys. Thank you so much.